Oh, what's up, guys? So today I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to make a very good entity design. So first, the recommended app that I use is Klecky Paint Tool. The Klecky is very good for you making good entity designs like these designs right here. Okay, so first we need to know the basics. So first, if you want to make a scribble entity, you should use this pen. The pen, first, the size determines the thickness or thinness of your scribbled entity. Like if I do not recommend this. And next, the opacity. The opacity, like if you want to make a smoke, the 100 opacity is this thing. Next, 75 opacity is this. And next is 40 opacity is this. 25 opacity is this. And of course, 1 opacity is like this. You guys cannot even see the 1 opacity because opacity determines how transparent the scribbled entity is. And now for this is one of the best. The smudge tool for the templates. So I'm gonna set examples here for the smudge. So this size determines what the size determines how much like blur or drip or editing you want for that entity. Like for example, if you want the entity to be blurry, just do like this. If you want the entity to be like have this is a recommended size for the dripping effects, or it not either this thing right here, this thing if you want to like make it a high quality dripping effect, or this thing right here if you want to make it a very high quality or like some dripping effects for the entity. And next, the opacity. The opacity determines the what do you call this again? The opacity determines the like exaggeration of your suggested end of your entity that you're making. Like for example, opacity 100 is the thing that I do not recommend you to use. Just use it when you're gonna move something like this, but do not move the edges because it will just turn out to be like something like this. Like for example, you want to move this somewhere, but do not put it like this thing right here because it will just completely exterminate it. Wow, when is this opacity 50? Just move partial of it like this one right here. That's recommended for drip. That's recommended for low quality dripping effects like this thing right here. And next one is opacity 80 is recommended for high quality dripping effects like this thing right here. And now, if you guys just want to make edit a female, then just use opacity 6.1 and put some good eyelashes to it. See? And now opacity 20. Show me that your edit is very fast. Do not just make it 9999999 instance per second like from my last video. Just make it have a blur effect to mimic how fast that entity is. And if you guys just want shadow effects to that entity's eye, just use this. See that shadow? And now let's move on to the templates. These are the things that I do during my free time. The templates right here. It's very recommended that you use. Ay. It's very recommended that you use an individual template for the eye and an individual template for the mouse. The mouse can have like how many templates? Templates that you choose. Assuming that your entity has only one mouse, just use one template. But if your mouse can change frames, use multiple templates. But if like you have if your entity has three or like how many mouse, more than one mouse, so just use many of them. So just join Mr. Hawk's community plus RRE server for 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 templates right here. So there are too many good templates here, but we're sorry guys. So what you guys need to do here is like get like one of your templates. Like for example, this thing is or any other templates. There are too many templates here. I just don't use this. Wow, that like that one right there. And just like for example, I wanna use this image right here for demonstration purposes only. So it's either if make sure that your background is transparent. Transparent background is marked with this thing right here. So assuming that your entity is like what do you call this again? A cyclops, like Conito, one of my mascots. I'm gonna make Conito as an example right here. So if you guys want to, okay, so first, one of the important things is if you crop or extend, if you want to crop your like thing right there, assuming that your entity is large or the dripping effect is large, because if your entity is a melting entity or if you want to just exaggerate things, glitchy things, just like for example 100 100 100 100 and 100. Yes, you can see the entity is now small in the back and the background is big now. So next, resize. If you want to make your entity not pixelated like this one right here, you can just 250 it, and now your entity is now a generic guy. Oh my. And now for you guys to move it right there, you guys should like if you're using computer, you can just press the scroll key, I mean the scroll button from your mouse. So what's next is rotate. If you guys just want to make your entity like upside down, an ice cream cone. So next is the perspective. Not very necessary, but no, if you guys just want to use it, then go on, you're free. And now for the transform. It's either if you want to transform it based on its size, like right there, if you want to constrain it, that's the option. And if you don't want to constrain it, just do not do not uh do not check that and do this one right here. And now for the next thing, brighter contrast. The brighter contrast tool, either when you want to make it very contrast like that, just this is not very recommended, but if your entity is bright, just do that. But it's not strongly recommended. But if you just want to make it very exaggerated like this or not there, or broken teeth, you can just do it like that. If your entity supports graphic design, just do not make the contrast 100 for other people to check your like graphic design. Like I'm gonna show you an example for like what I did before. This thing right here. You see, I didn't put 100 contrast to this, and these things right here are not even 100 because they're designated to be like that. So like this connector right here, this guy is just a simple design. You know that. It's just a template I'm gonna use here. And next, if your entity is black and white and you want to change the color, see, you cannot even change it, or you just it's the best choice to make it like this. No matter what's their position, just put that second dot right here, there, so that it will like. If you guys know the formula for RGB are red, green, and blue. So when the second dot is right here, then the red will automatically be 0. And now for the green, put it like this, and you're like, and what do you call this again? And your green will be automatically 0 as well. And now you have this. The only thing is that blue is remaining here. Same applies to its eye. So if you want it like this, this and this, then there you have it. And now what you have to do is this merge tool. This merge tool is one of the best things ever. The goat of the rooms and the design making. Now for you guys to if you want the teeth to be close, sorry Conito, but I have to do this. You just blend them right there. Okay, so there are many options for the teeth. Either broken teeth, dirty teeth, and and dirty teeth. I'm dirty mouse. I mean the mouse, not the teeth, okay? And also the other thing is like right here is the closed mouth conito. And now what the, let's just revert it right here. You guys want to some ordinary designs right here, like put his mouth here and put Conito's eye right here. If you want his eyes to be dark, see. And okay, so and next I forgot is the scatter tool. Scatter determines how scattered you want the things to be. Like for example, my scatter is 22, and you see the difference, right? 100 scatter, it's pretty much chaos. So for this I'm gonna use opacity 24 and scatter 30. I mean scatter 100. I mean opacity, and if you guys want to make the eyes very dark, if you want to make your entity's eye very dark, you should like do the opacity as 12 and Just continuously like scatter your mouse everywhere. Random directions, but focus on one spot only because it's based on precision. And now for its main pupil, put it like this. Okay, okay. You guys just want the pupil to be very big like this one right here. Okay, so if you want your eye, if you want the entity's eye to have like a glowing point, just do this instead. Just do this. You want eye to have other effects, opacity. You guys can have your own ways of adjusting the opacity here. You guys know it. Then here, last but not the least, if you guys want to make the other scribbles or pixels like blurry to blend them in, your opacity, your size must be there, and opacity is no, your opacity must be like, and if you guys want it to be round, be a perfectionist and do that. If you guys want to have like a sparkle from Roblox, do 7, no, size 25 and opacity 80. Oh, or or what should I say, tentacles or worms or like base base these worms. How many worms do you guys just want for this guy right here? And there you have it. Up. See? And now for its dripping effects. If you guys want it to overlap, it's based on the order. Like this thing will overlap this thing, and this thing will overlap the other laps. So so click is order sensitive, which means make sure that click make sure that the order of all your layers are correct, because if you want it to overlap like this thing right here, this thing must overlap this thing. So, and now for the final touches, you just need to add, if you guys want some like blood for the thingies, this thing, make sure the opacity is not that high, or could be 63, or the like just scatter things right here, assuming that it's blood because of the eye and the mouth splitting together. And now continue with the dripping effects until you get your final results, I mean. Make sure that your dripping effects won't touch the edges because that will ruin your entity's true beauty. Or if you guys want some more exaggeration, just if you like, for example, if your entity is very fast or it is very melting away, just do this and right here. Expect very much of a lag because of things, but when you edit it, so this is the final result of the entity here with the eye being like that. It depends if your entity is like cartoony or not. Right here. No, I do not recommend the thing. Okay guys, so goodbye now guys.